So today we will be learning about the while loop. What is the while loop? So while loop is another anti-control loop, which will let's discover it using code. So let's define a class here. While loop public static void main. Yeah, so what the while loop is, while a condition is true, it will be executing whatever code you want to execute. So what is the syntax of a while loop? While, in parentheses, we will be putting the condition. So let's say I have a variable called n, whose value is 1, and let's say while n is lesser than 11, which means that the while loop will run 10 times. While n is lesser than 11, I want to like to print the multiplication of table of 2. So let's do system.out.println. I want to print out the first 10 multiples of 2. So let's print n into 2, and after we print that, I also want to increment the value of n by 1. So what's happening here? We have a variable called n whose value is 1. So since while n is lesser than 11, which means that n is 1, which means that it will run 10 times, because we are incrementing the value of n by 1 here. If we want incrementing the value of n here, it would have been an infinite loop, because n is always 1 and 1 will always be less than 11. So we would be printing 2 2 like it would be an infinite loop. So yeah, now so let's put that back there. So because we are incrementing the value of n by 1, it will run 10 times, because because every time we are increasing the value of n by 1. So n is 1 and 1 is lesser than 11, so we are printing 1 into 2, n into 2, which and the current value of n is 1, so 1 into 2 2, and then we are also incrementing the value of n by 1, which means that now after the first iteration the value of n is 2. So while n is lesser than 11, 2 is obviously lesser than 11, so printing the current value of n into 2 in the second iteration, since the value of n is 2, 2 into 2 is 4, and again we are incrementing the value of n by 1 until n is 10. So let's run this code and see what happens. Let me close my terminal window. Void main. Oops, my bad. Yep, here we go. So 2 so we are printing the first 10 multiples of 2. So I hope you understood while loops from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.